Play the little violin. I don't like my life. I don't like my situation. Wah. Too many of you are continuing on with a life and a business that you hate. Today on Contractor Fight TV, I'm going to help you unfuck your situation. Let's go, you little whiner. All right, my furry fighters. Damn it, drop my pen. Listen, if you're bitching about your bank account, if you're bitching about how you're spending your time, you never have any time for anything, you're bitching about this client, and this client, this client, maybe you're bitching about your employees, you're bitching, you don't like your life's bad, you're tired of your situation, and it's probably the illegal's fault, or the unlicensed guys, or it's your mother-in-law, or whatever it is. All right, guys, you're full of shit. Today on Contractor Fight TV, I'm just gonna simply talk to you about if you do not like your current situation, then fucking change it! It's that simple. Change it. Here's 3 things I'm gonna give you in a couple minutes here of how to change your damn situation. The first thing, guys, is you have to get honest with yourself. Get honest. It's that simple. Get honest. I've had this conversation several times today with contractors, which is why I'm shooting this frickin' video right now. And I don't know why I said frickin', because I never say frickin' here. I always say fucking. So recently, a contractor in one of our programs who's been struggling for months and months and months to make money in his business, and he's like, I just don't like how things are going. I don't like how things are going. I had a conversation with the dude last summer for about 45 minutes, and then someone else, one of our other coaches, had a conversation with him the other day, and he finally got honest with himself, and you know what he did? He shut his business down. And I was so happy to hear that he shut his business down. Not because we need another failed business, but for some reason, for whatever reason, things weren't clicking in the universe, in his mind of how to run a profitable business, and it was causing a ton of stress for him and his family. And he decided, for at least the time being, he's just gonna go back and work for somebody else and bring his skills to that and clear his mind and get things right. And so guys, here's the thing. If you are pissed off about your bank account, if you're sick of it, or how you're using your time, and all the other things I talked about at the top of this video here today, then just get honest, get real. There's no shame in being honest with yourself. If you need to hang it up and just go, man, I need a reset button here, I need some time to just chill, relax, and not worry about how to get leads and all the bookkeeping and all this other shit, that's okay. Now, on the flip side, if the honesty is just coming down to you being a procrastinator, dragging your feet on things, not doing what you said you would do, then change that shit, okay? But the bottom line is, if you want to unfuck your life, if you want to have different results than what you have now, first step, you got to get honest with yourself. All right, after you get honest with yourself, you got to choose success. Choose success. First of all, it's nobody's fault but yours. In fact, when I was thinking of this video today, the song by Led Zeppelin, Nobody's Fault But Mine, came into my head. No, 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 no. Okay, whatever, I can't do Robert Plant. Guys, what are you tolerating? If you're not successful, it's simply because you haven't chosen to be successful. If your bank account isn't where you want it to be, it's because you've chosen to have a shitty looking bank account. So I'm gonna ask you today, get super clear on what you want. It's clarity. I don't know how many damn podcasts and videos and speeches I have to do where I'm saying the same damn things. Get clear on what you want. Without clarity, you're fucked. And a lot of you guys are struggling unnecessarily because you won't take the time to define what you really want. And what I mean by that is this. I had a guy call me up. I want to build a $5 million company. I go, that's cool. Why? He goes, so I can pay myself $250,000. And I said, so let me get this straight. You can't make 250 grand unless you have a $5 million company? Make a long story short for you here, guys. By the time we got off the phone, he realized he really didn't want a $5 million company. He didn't want all the trucks and all the employees and all that. He wanted a $250,000 personal income for certain reasons that were important to him. He took the time to get clear, and then we could reverse engineer the actions needed to help him build what he really wants. So if you're tired of your situation, if you don't like how you're using your time, you don't like the money you're making, you don't like your health or whatever it might be, guys, take the time to get clear on exactly what success looks like to you. And for God's sake, don't use someone else's definition of success for yourself. Just because everyone else in your industry might have a $3 million business and 5 trucks on the road doesn't mean that's success to you. Success is a very personal thing. And we talk about it here all the time in the fight. Guys, got to own your crap, right? You got to get real, you got to be honest with yourself. Then you got to take the time, if you really want to change your current situation, and put that target on the wall, put your crosshairs on that thing, aim small, miss small, and you'll be more likely to get what you want. But it starts with clarity. All right, you got honest, you got clear. Now it's time for action. This is where the rubber meets the road. One of the things that you can do when it's time to act is, quite frankly, if you're not getting the results you want, start doing the opposite of the shit that you think you should do. Okay? Like, I'm being dead serious here. Sometimes it's that simple. I think I should say this right now, but history has told me that doesn't usually work out, so I'm going to do the opposite. Like in our Bridge program, our sales training program called The Bridge, one of the things that we teach is don't go out and do free bids like everyone else in the industry. Use your telephone, have a 15-minute conversation with somebody before you schlep your ass out there. And what's funny is you save a bunch of time and you actually make more money, okay? Because you're doing the opposite of what you have been doing, which is you jump in your truck, you sit in traffic, you burn gas, you go out there just to be lied to by a prospect, okay? So do the opposite of what you've been doing. If you've not been job costing, then guess what? Start job costing. If you haven't been having company meetings and you need to get your team on the same page and clear scopes and hitting the man hours, then maybe you should start having a fucking weekly meeting. Do the opposite of the shit that you've been doing, okay? Start with that. Another thing that you can act upon, you guys, we talked about clarity earlier. Clarity and consistency. Clear target, consistent action. Clear target, consistent action. It's that simple. All right, one of the things I want to give you here as an example is 3 actions a day. Let's say you get really clear. Let's pretend that you're a painting contractor and you say, instead of saying, I want to grow my business by $250,000 this year, I want you to get even clearer and say, I want to sell $250,000 of interior paint jobs in Q1. That's clarity, okay? And then what you do is you identify 3 actions every day. In fact, this is how I built the fight planner that I have. We have the Contractor Fight Planner, and it's designed around what do you want and what are the 3 actions, okay? That's a different story, though. I'll put a link down there if you're interested in getting that thing later. But 3 actions could look like this, guys. Number 1 could be, today I'm going to call 5 people who we did exterior paint jobs for last year, and I'm going to pick up the phone and I'm going to say, hey, just wanted to see how the paint job is holding up. And did you know that we also paint interiors? Sometimes they don't know. That's one action. Another action could be creating a list of the top 5 producing real estate agents in your area and taking them out to lunch. And just say, hey, you sell beautiful homes. I paint really nice stuff. I just thought we should know each other. Or maybe you're sending direct messages or emails to these people. And maybe the third thing would be, I'm going to follow up on all the open interior paint bids that I've thrown out to the world in the last 6 months. Okay, so those are an example of how those 3 actions all will point to that clarity that you got of hitting that $250,000 of interior paint jobs in the first quarter. So guys, here's the deal. As we wrap up this episode of Contractor Fight TV, make a decision to turn shit around. Don't settle for this shitty, pathetic, underachieving, mediocre life and business that you've been settling for. It is one choice away. It's one choice away. Choose success. Don't buy the bullshit lies you know, that this is not your choice to make, that there's outside circumstances. Of course, there's things that are not in our control. I get that. But most of the lack of success that we're experiencing in our life is within our control because our mind isn't right and our actions aren't right. So here's my challenge, guys, like we said before, tell the truth, okay? Put your sights on what you want and then take 3 actions a day that are gonna get you there. You do that, I promise shit can turn around pretty damn quick. Appreciate you hanging out with me here today on Contractor Fight TV. Share this with another contractor that you know. Subscribe if you haven't done that. And for God's sake, quit making excuses and whining about how bad things are.